Welcome to the Roundtable, episode 34. Thank you for being here. There's no other place that you should be other than right here every Tuesday at 6:30. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to talk about some Christmas stories. We're going to have some laughs. And, we're feeling a little festive today. So you guys join in on the fun with us. Let me bring in the crew. Hey, American Top Gunner. Let's bring in the co-host. Here we go. Denise, how are you doing, sis?
Hi, good.
Good. We got American Top Gunner. We got Jojo AZ, Jesse Baca. And let me bring in Mr. House of Tattoos. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Jen? Hey, Denise, how you doing?
Hi, House.
Good.
Glad to see
look at the homies right here behind me, man.
I know.
Merry Christmas.
You got them to join in on the festivities.
Right.
I'm happy to see that.
I said you better have your beanie real low, so where you just can see your nose and your beard can look out.
Right? Keep an eye out, right? You got to keep an eye out. That's right.
Hello to everybody at American Top Gunner, Jojo AZ, Jesse Baca, Naylove, Kyovo. How you doing?
Yes, good to see all of you. So happy.
You got Santa Claus in the background here. Look at it.
That's
Sinaloa.
We got you can't see. There we go. We got the homie Santa Claus right here. Hey.
Right, Santa Claus is watching you guys, so
that's right.
You know how it goes.
You better be good, man.
Hey, you know what? That story. You better be good. You better watch out.
Yeah.
I was telling that to my daughter a while back, and Ruby goes, "Hey, Santa Claus kind of sounds like a creep." When you say it, I'm like, hey, you know what? He does. Oh, that's not really a good story. She picked up on that. Why is he watching?
What's up, Machete? Tony, Hugo. No, I didn't, Jojo, but no worries, man. No worries.
Ruby.
Hey, gracias, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, Ruby. Hey, Hugo, you made it. I'm glad you're here. Heart Live, Pastor T, I sent you. Okay. The link. Let me know if you got it. Let's just kick it off with how was your week, Denise? What did you do this last week? You always have something on that.
My week, let's see, my week. We went shopping, man. We just went shopping. We got some stuff taken care of. Every year, because there's my three girls, and then their others,
Mm-hmm.
We always pick names. So we picked names and then we went shopping, and I always get the girls stuff anyway. So I did that, and just had a good time with my husband on,
Nice. That's right.
Nice. That's nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Can't even park. They're so dang packed.
Oh, really? I am not looking forward to tomorrow. I have to shop tomorrow, so.
Just be patient. I don't have patience, so I'm just like, drop me off right here. You go park, and we'll figure it out.
I'll go in and out, huh?
No, I just wait for him to park. And I'm like, because he doesn't like. I'll follow people to their car, because they're gonna leave. So I follow them, and then I pass Tony. Hi, wait, sorry. So I follow them, because they're gonna leave. But Malvin, he don't. He just passes them right up. He goes, and we're just like, that's our argument. It's like, why did you park? Why did you follow them? He's just
Thank you for joining us tonight. How are you guys?
We're good, man. Gee, I don't even know how to explain that. I miss you guys, man.
Hey, same here.
Last time we're on the show, we're talking about bombing countries and neighbors,
right?
Unruly neighbors, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't changed.
Yeah, it's still
that part hasn't, but the neighbor situation has chilled out. So
yeah,
that's good, right?
No, House, Jen, Denise.
Hello, Pastor.
Really good to see you guys again. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to both of you. Happy holidays to both of you and the family, the whole family.
And your church. Are looking good. You
and
guys are some photogenical people, man. You guys are looking sharp. So festive.
What's up?
We try to shine up a little bit.
We try.
Right. So, House, what did you do this last week? What do you have going
You
on?
know, shopping too, wrapping gifts. Worked a lot, man. I've been working a lot, man. Yeah, working with this guy down the street, tattoos and stuff. So I've been busy. Just like I come home, it's like dark time, and I'm like, okay, little big dog's mad at me because where you been? Where you been?
Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah,
wants his
but
attention.
all that and just getting ready for my granddaughter coming. She was supposed to be here today, but tomorrow is the day. So
Yeah, so
for sure.
prayers.
And so prayers for my daughter tomorrow, you guys. Yeah, prayers.
Yeah.
And,
Everything will go smooth. Everything will.
a blessing, a granddaughter mañana.
Where are they coming down from?
She's going to be born tomorrow.
Oh,
She's gonna be born. Yeah,
from the womb.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Straight from the womb.
She was supposed to be induced today, but my granddaughter flipped and went upwards. So they have to do a C-section tomorrow morning. Yeah. Saludos, Big D, Drunken Chef, Sinaloa.
Yeah, so good to see everyone. How about you guys, Pastor T and your lovely wife? What did you guys do this last week?
Well, since the last time we were here, Michelle got pregnant and had a baby. No.
I was like, yeah, it's not been that,
That
long.
long? Wait a
I know, man.
minute.
It's been a while, right? No.
Right?
No, we got some our church. We lost our Chihuahua. Rest in peace, Silas. We have him buried in the backyard over here.
Oh wow.
Rest
Rest in peace.
He got ran over
last June.
last June. So we're still feeling it. You never forget, man.
No,
You guys ever see that meme with that little girl's like sitting at the lake and the little shadow of the dog? It's like I still think about you too, or something like that.
yeah.
Well, kind of like that, we're in our backyard. We got a little tomb, like a little burial area for a Chihuahua. But someone came to our church, friends of ours from church, said they had access to 2 baby Chiweenies, and that the person was selling them. They had to sell them together because they're attached to each other. Now, I've never owned 2 puppies at the same time, and now I know. Has anyone ever bought 2 puppies that are related to each other? Okay, well, let me tell you, I don't know how to explain it. I think this TV show is too younger audiences, man. These dogs, I don't even know how to explain it. They're 2 little girls, and they make me turn red. Like they use each other. I was like, what the heck? I said, baby, I think there's something in the water. Something's wrong with these dogs.
Damn.
Anyway, make a long story short, they blessed us with these 2 puppies, beautiful little Chiweenies, 2 little girls.
All right.
And we got them now. Our kids are super happy, and but yeah, so that's what happened. And then we're in Sedona last week, balling. Like not us, but we have a friend as a baller. Like he had one of those cars. I can't explain it. It's a Lexus, but it looks like a Lamborghini. So how sometimes these luxury cars, they'll just go ahead and mess around and make like a Lamborghini type of car, like a couple of them, to show that they have these type of cars.
Is it like a kit car then? It's a kit car that they put together.
No, it's like an LS 5 billion 12 XG. It's basically the same name of the shoes I used to buy at Safeway when I was a kid. It's like LG 4000s or something. But anyway, it's a Lexus, and the thing is like wide, bro. Like it's like the wide like a Hummer, but it's a car.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
So I'm like, dang. He's complaining. It barely fits in my garage. I'm like, dude, build another garage, bro. This thing's ridiculous, But anyway, so that was kind of our week, man. We're doing all right.
How old was your Chihuahua? Don't mind me asking.
What's that?
How old was your Chihuahua? How old was
3.
He was 3. He was just still a baby himself.
Yeah.
Very, very tragic.
We got him. He was a baby, probably 4 or 5 months old, and he was just so scared, man. And then we had a basement at the time, and we just put him in the because he's allergic to dogs. I'm like, I didn't want this dog. Put him in the basement, in the bathroom basement. So we left him down there because I was afraid he was gonna poop on our rugs. Anyway, my middle daughter went down there in the middle of the night and fell asleep on the bathroom floor with him. And that was it, man. He followed her around ever since. I caught them downstairs. She was asleep on the floor, and he was asleep in her arms. And like he was all freaked out for the first week. And then he just attached to her, and then he followed her ever since. He turned out to be just one of the coolest chihuahuas a person could never imagine owning. He's just obedient. He didn't poop and pee in the house. He had a bladder of steel. You know, the guy we'd leave the house, and he'd sit on top of the ottoman or whatever, just looking at the door the whole time. My girl's been for 7 hours. The guy would not move until that door opened back up. You know, I'm like, he was like just one of those dogs, man. So it was one of those things that are super blessing that we had our time with them and that we lost them, because my daughters grew up that day, like to another level. I've never seen them hurt so much, you know, for something. And to see them get emotional like that, it helped our family bond. And I also prepared them for what life can be tragic sometimes. You know, and I think it was it's probably the worst experience in growing up we've experienced so far as a family, you know, with our kids. You know, we try to protect them from everything, right? We try to protect them from most things, but some things you can't protect them from, and they have to learn. And it was just, man, it was a rough one for sure. Yeah. But we got these 2 Chiweenies now, and I'm like, oh man, here we go again. Here we go again. But now we got 2 dogs. Okay, I think they're lesbians. All right.
Oh, so that's what's really going on. All right.
That's what's making you blush, huh?
It's just
And they're like, oh, they're just puppies. And I'm like, that's disturbing. I'm not saying that I'm a hater on lesbians or something like that. I'm just saying that there's some stuff these dogs should not be doing to each other. It gets really awful and uncomfortable. And what do you do? Like, you tell them to stop, knock it off, quit it. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just got.
Hey, Tony, my dog jumped out of a window the other day when I was going to get something to eat, and I was making a turn, and I didn't even know he was gone. My little big dog, and I was driving down the street, and I said, "Big dog, he's gone," and he was at the corner. He luckily, I prayed for him that morning, man. I said, "I got to go to church. I'm gonna pray for you." Luckily, because nothing happened to him, man. But I was like, "Whoa," you know.
Right. Yeah. That was a miracle. That was a miracle.
Yes.
Thank you, Strange Days. That's right.
Salute those Strange Days.
I asked you guys a question. I told my mom I was going to ask this earlier. We'll start with Denise and go around. What is your favorite Christmas cookie? And you guys in the chat, drop your favorite Christmas cookie. I want to know if we can come up with
my favorite Christmas cookie. I like the little white snow balls with the almond.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are my favorite. Those are I wait for those every year. But then I wait for those little tin sugar cookies too in the tin.
Yes.
Okay.
The butter cookies.
My daughter sent me a picture today with somebody did their nails, those cookie tins.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
That's pretty creative, right?
Funny. But yeah.
How about you guys? Pastor?
Yep.
Sorry, my lights just went out, you guys.
Snickerdoodles.
Oh, okay.
Snickerdoodles. I wish there was Snickers in it, but there isn't.
I never had one of those. Never had one.
It has to be because I'm Mexican. I don't know. I'm not trying to make a bias, but it's cinnamon cookies with sugar in them. They look like sugar cookies, but they drop cinnamon in it,
and they're not crunchy.
And they're not crunchy. They're kind of chewy, soft. You know, and the same people that we went to go visit in Sedona, his mom made the most bomb snickerdoodles. I don't know if it's because she dropped $1 million on them or whatever. I don't know, but they were delicious. But anyway, yeah, man, snickerdoodles and hands down. Chocolate chip normally, but snickerdoodles any day of the week, man. I'll yeah, that's dope.
Jen?
We lost.
I thought, yeah, okay. Sorry. Did we lose somebody?
Jen.
Well, Jen,
She'll come
the
back.
host.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, Denise, this is your co-pilot.
My lights, I don't know why. My lights keep going out.
Oh, wow.
And I paid the bill.
You know, my favorite cookies are, I don't know, I get them at Walmart, but they come in a little box, and I think they're shortbread cookies, but they have different tastes. Like some have powdered sugar on them, some have little sprinkles on them. Those are so good, man. I hate buying the whole pack because I'll down them, you know. I'll down them. And I say, just put them aside for later. And I just always walk to them. but those are the type that I like. You know, they have a
Okay.
big variety in there. So I like those right there.
Yeah.
Those are my
Okay.
favorite.
I
funny
don't get Girl Scout cookies. I've never really got that. Maybe because I don't like coconut.
Oh, okay. There's
So-
all kinds. Empanadas, yeah, Sinaloa. That sounds bomb.
Loaded cookies.
I love
from
these
Girl
are
From
Scouts.
the
cookies.
dispensary.
But the things that people make with like the layers of chocolate or peppermint bark and then the crushed up candy canes on top.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Those are my husband's favorite.
that's definitely
My bark.
favorite. Yeah, that's what right. It's called some kind of bark or something. It's bomb though.
Peppermint bark.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds.
Hey, was Strange on there earlier? I thought I saw him on the screen.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's here.
Well,
Not on the screen,
he's in
no, but
the-
he's in
in the
the
chat.
chat.
These are
Right
ones
there.
older.
Okay.
It started.
Cool. Awesome.
AZ.
Yeah, I must be a different
Hey,
episode.
I think you must have seen this character and you thought it was Strange Days, huh?
Yeah.
That's
Funny.
exactly what I thought.
That's funny. Okay, so we pretty much got some cookies down. I was going to tell my mom because she was baking cookies with my little one today, and I'm going to try to make some. Not try, I'm going to, but I'm going to make the opposite of whatever she made. So we have like a combo of all different types of stuff. What are your plans this year for Christmas, you guys? Is there like a tradition, Denise, that you guys do in your household or with your family that is special to you?
Christmas Eve, we wake up and the girls come and we open gifts that we pick names, like I said, and we open gifts. We eat tamales, and it's just me and the girls. And there others, and Malvin, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, we just stay home Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day we try to get out and go to my mom's or my aunt's. My aunt's birthday, so try to go and see her. But yeah, that's what we do.
That's
Cool.
nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. And what about you, House? Anything in particular?
I was supposed to spend with my kids and stuff, but they're all sick with COVID.
No.
And they turned positive yesterday, and I'm like, no way. And they're all hitting. And then my other family, they're having a baby, and they're sick over there too. So it's like it's hitting. So I'll probably see my kids because my daughter lives across from me right here, from the window. Hey, hi, I got their gifts or whatever, drop them off, but it's going to be a day where not by choice, but when it's COVID and people are sick, I'm sorry, but I won't be around, and my daughter's probably still going to be, well, no, she'll be out of the hospital by then. Yeah. Because it's in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, but she'll be, I'm sure, tucked away,
Yeah.
keeping the baby.
Yeah,
safe
definitely.
away from all that. Yeah.
Because right now it's spreading big time,
Yeah.
and I hate to say that, but it is.
No, yeah. Everybody's getting sick right now.
Yeah.
Mhm. A lot of people are sick up here right now too. Yeah, it is raining up here. Strange days. It's been raining. I had an appointment this morning, and I hate driving in the rain. You guys, I'm like scarred from it because I had a major accident. I don't know, it was like 20 years ago, but I still feel like I remember every detail. It was like a head-on collision, and it really traumatized me. I didn't drive for like 6 months after that. And that's when my neck first got messed up, and I started getting migraines after that. But I had to drive in the rain, and like the whole time I'm just praying and like white knuckling it, just driving. But thank God I got to my appointment and home safely. So
Amen.
Yes.
That's right.
Baca, you know what? This is the first year that I'm not making tamales, and let me tell you, I went to this tamale place that we had, get them during the year, and there were $36 a dozen, and I was like, whoa! I told my daughter, I'm just getting 1 dozen. She's like, Mom, that's not enough. Just get them, we'll pitch in and this and that, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, they're expensive.
$3
The only type of
$16, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
And for 1 tamale is like $3 now.
Yeah.
Before they were $1,
Really?
$1.50. But
That's
Yeah.
right. Happy holidays, Louie. Good to see you. Grind and Pivot, all the way from New York City, you guys.
Nice.
Welcome in. Grind and Pivot. Happy holidays.
Guys, go check him out. Yes, for sure. Do you guys have anything special you do there with your family?
That's what I want to talk about, but I guess I'll
Let's
just
get into
briefly
it.
say yes.
Let's hear it.
We are having Santa Claus come to church.
Nice.
You know,
Right.
I told my kids, you better not cry because Santa's coming to church Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, he only comes once a year.
I'm trying to tell you, man. No,
He goes once a year.
We have some friends that do a show called Chronicles.
Mhm.
They do a thing. They're trying to help out the troubled youth, and a lot of them come out of Arizona. The kids that work with in California and but mostly Arizona. That's where they're from, and so they're going to be. They like Heart Life Church, Jan. They're like you. They show us love, man. They see the Lord doing something with us, and they, so I really feel honored. So they're going to be having Santa Claus here. They're going to be dressing up and giving out gifts. And,
That's a blessing.
Yeah,
That's a blessing.
yeah, right. They raise money on the canal.
Uh-huh.
And then they're like, "Hey, let's have them come to church, man. We'll hook them up with gifts. Your church kids there." So yeah, they're doing it, man. So I feel really.
That's cricket on Chronicles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cricket on Chronicles. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Shout out to
Cricket.
them. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
I seen this channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to go all out, man. And they're not like a Christian channel or nothing like that, but they're
Yeah.
a people channel, and
Nice.
and I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that I can convince anyone to believe in our Creator. That's not my job. My job is to show them with my life, right?
Mhm.
I can't make anyone believe it. I was listening last night. Brother Strange Jesus on there talking about, I don't know. Yeah. And how I saw you being like, what do you mean you don't know? What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. That's paraphrasing. It wasn't that bad. But anyway, it was a good conversation. And those conversations are important because Strange Days has value. He's a good person. Generally,
We love him.
he's trying to do good, man. He's trying to be a blessing. He's not trying to turn anyone down.
Yeah.
He got some information, you know what I mean? He's rolling with it. But I'm a strong
You do.
believer that if anyone gets on Jesus, it's because God revealed it to them, not because someone had an articulate, a method of convincing them, So I'm okay with people not believing. It's not my job. My job is to be to love people, man, as I love my neighbors. So anyway, so with all that said, it's called Christmas, right?
Mhm.
I had some people in my church, I ain't gonna name names. They're like, oh yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm not really. The tree, it has a pagan background. Oh, the Easter bunny, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So here's what I say on that. Hey man, if you have a problem, this is Christians, Jen, House, Denise. Christian people are telling me I gotta stay away from that because the history behind that, and I'm like, I said, I know your history. I was messing. I didn't say that. But anyway, what I did say, no, I didn't say that. Well, although I do, but still, that's not the point. The point is, Jesus Christ. You don't picture light under the table. We're not trying to live. Look, however they came up with they're saying that the tree has some type of pagan roots behind it. I'm like, all right, there's no tree in the Bible. You don't see Jesus saying, and put this tree up in December in remembrance of my birth. You don't see that. And it's true. You don't see that. You don't see a lot of stuff in the Bible that Christians do. But no one's talking about that. No one's talking about where in the Bible they say a full staff and to raise all your money from the tithes and offerings to make sure those guys have a retirement. But there's nowhere in the Bible it says that. You know what I mean? It says a worker is worth his wages, man. Don't muzzle the ox. But it didn't say like, hey, yeah, and while you're at it, make sure he has a good 401(k) because we don't want pastor to be broke when he turns 55. We want to make sure he's living comfortably. Like, I don't say any of that. If anything, we're supposed to be living, and as an example, like we're not trying to stack ends down here. We're trying to live for the next one. I'm not saying to be poor. I'm just saying that it doesn't look like A lot of ministers that I know don't look like they're living for the next one. It looks like they're living to establish themselves. Anyway, I'm getting on a tangent. Soapbox. My whole point is this. I got criticized for Easter bunny. I got criticized for a Christmas tree. I got Santa Claus coming. Santa Claus! And you guys ever know the story of Santa Claus? It's a German Christian dude or a priest or something. Right?
I
Anyway.
have heard it's from Germany, but I don't really know the whole.
No, he's not. It was Greek.
Greek?
Oh, okay.
He spoke Greek. Why am I not able to? Yeah, he was like from Greece. It had a different name.
My whole point is, we talked about this Sunday, Jen. If you saw church service, Michelle broke it down. But so Jesus was born, right? And they had these magi, these wise men. They always make him 3 wise men for some reason. They didn't say how many there were, but we just always go with 3. And traditionally, and again, tradition, right? Anyway, it's not in there. It doesn't give us a number, but no one has a problem saying there's 3 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're looking at the stars, Denise. They're stargazing. They're like, I don't know about you, but I'm Aquarius. Or you are. Oh, dang, I'm not compatible with you. I don't know what they're doing, but they're stargazing. They're looking at the stars and they're seeing a star, and the star is leading them to Jesus. Right? They're not like Christians, or can be Christians. They're not like following Yahweh, following God. They're following the stars, and they're saying, "Hey, there's some stuff popping off in the stars. Let's go check it out." And that scenario drew them in, and they were right there when Jesus was born. Right there, they're the first ones to be witnessing Jesus, the creator of the universe, in the manger. And then I think they recognize this is a special time right here. Something's going on. This is a special moment, and they worshipped him.
You guys go check
all I'm saying is, what's that different from an Easter bunny or a Christmas tree that is not from the Lord, that points to the Creator?
Okay.
Get that point?
Yeah.
All this stuff
I hear
is
what
supposed
you're
to point to Jesus, man. And that's the bottom line. Don't be scared. I'm not saying to go play a Ouija board or anything like that, or to go just tarot cards. All I'm saying is, like, cut it out, man. We're trying to celebrate the Creator. If people want to celebrate differently, I'm not the Holy Spirit.
You don't idolize it. If you don't idolize it and put it before God, then you're cool. Like, that's how I see it. Like, I'm not gonna put.
They say when Easter comes, and what does Jesus Christ have to do with a rabbit and an egg? Did he pass over and he came back as an egg? They're trying to say all this other stuff. And to me, it's irrelevant. Too. I understand where you're coming from. You're just here to do what God wants you to do. And other people will sometimes come down on you for it. But we just got to keep pushing, it's not it's not like this. Okay. Like, he's not going to judge you by what color clothes you wore, what you wore, what kind of car you drove, or what you did. Did you know him,
Right.
first and foremost, and that's it right there,
That's right. Very good.
Yep.
That's good.
Right.
Yep. Amen. He looks at the heart.
Yep. He looks at the heart, man.
Do you think a lot of people maybe get caught up in the religious spirit or whatever of certain holidays and get too deep on, like you said, a Christmas tree or a bunny or
They do. And I see it, I mean, we went to a church and they had it all decked out. It was very Christmassy. And I'm like, wow, this took a lot of work. But that little person, that poor Mexican kid in me that didn't have anything for Christmas a lot of the year. How much energy could have been to help?
Excuse me for a second.
A family that has nothing, and we decorated our church to the nines, and it's beautiful. And 50 people came and they volunteered 25 hours, and it's beautiful. But like, how many people did we just ignore? How many Tony Paleos was in the dark, with no food, hoping that our Christmas would come, to us. All I'm saying is that the Christmas spirit should be about being generous and sharing what you have. It's like Thanksgiving, but it should be like every day for the Christian. You know what I mean? We get so focused on trying to make it about preaching the gospel, you know, like, dude, you preach the gospel every day with your life, you know, and you get an opportunity, break out with some Bible words, you know. But all I'm saying is that I think that Christmas is robbed, but not for a tree, but for all the energy we put into the chaos of shopping, of having to explain to our kids that it's more blessed to give than to receive, dealing with family members, money being spent. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I know people that I care about and respect a lot that spend more money on delivering the package than the actual gift itself. And that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, that's crazy. Like, people had a dinner with that, you know. But anyway, that's just.
Like I said, if you don't put anything before God, you know, if you don't like do that, then I think that you're good. You know.
Right.
Did I go a little overboard with that tree back there? Yeah.
Beautiful.
Because I
No, you didn't, Denise. It's the Dallas Cowboys stuff. That's it right there.
I have little ornaments. You know, I did spend money on little ornaments, but that are Dallas that I wouldn't normally spend money on. But I'm not sitting there praising and worshiping it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I think that goes with every holiday.
Yeah. Is that a good way to tie into this question, you think? Like, I mean, I don't really know exactly the definition, but maybe you guys can help. I think this is a valid question. What is the meaning of a pagan holiday? Does that just mean something that was celebrated by pagans, right? But I don't really know the breakdown or definition of.
I want to say that was before.
Like in the Old Testament, kind of like, or go ahead, anybody, pastor.
Pagans is what in the Old Testament, that's what they called the people who weren't Jewish. Or in the Christian time, that's what they referred to as their culture. So generally the word pagan is another word for saying not Christian.
Okay.
And it is true. I know there are roots to the Christmas tree. Someone was saying that about Santa. I don't think Santa really does have pagan roots, but the Christmas tree does.
Yeah.
Because yes, it has roots in non-Christian traditions. And then when Christianity met that culture, they started celebrating Christmas, and they also continued their cultural traditions.
Oh, okay.
So that's how they all got tied in. And same thing with Easter. The pagans celebrated bunnies in springtime, and eggs were a sign of new life. And then that's when the Christian holiday of Easter is. And so the two traditions just kind of mixed together.
Something about the winter solstice too, correlated with Christmas time. That's how they get the date for Christmas.
And the gifts are like the gifts that the three wise men brought to Jesus, right? Like the myrrh.
I have a question real quick, if I can insert one thing right now. When was Jesus born?
February 9th. No.
Nobody knows, right?
You know, they say that
nobody knows, but what they were saying is it wasn't in the winter time.
It wasn't. And what we do know is that, you know, Mary and Joseph were traveling to Bethlehem because of the census.
Yeah.
And I think people have gone back and looked at the records, and I don't know when it was, but they're able to look at what time of year it most likely was, because they know when that census was taken. But it wouldn't have been in a season that was a hard time to travel.
Yeah.
But again, it's not like it was really winter, you know, in the Middle East. And
they do say there was like leaves on the ground, so it kind of probably was in the fall. But I mean, I'm just guessing because you know, it wasn't snowing like you guys say.
Right.
No, that's those are good questions, man. You know, like I said, I think Michelle has a good idea about the census and the time of the year that they give the census. But I also heard it had the way we came up with the Christmas December date was correlated with the winter solstice. I'm not sure what all that's about, but I think that kind of goes along with the whole pagan thing, so it kind of like basically, they're having a party. Maybe we should have a party to combat it. Kind of like a Halloween. A lot of the churches call them harvest. And rather than Halloween, they call it harvest. It's kind of like that same vein, man. We're just trying to match it, so we have our own events, so we're not over here worshiping idols or whatever. We have there's an option. We can go here and worship the birth of Jesus. But
Mhm.
the reality,
churches-
reality is
A lot of churches do Halloween stuff for the kids,
Well,
I've always
variety
had my girls at the church
Mhm.
during Halloween because I didn't take them trick or treating. They didn't dress up like scary monsters or anything like that. I mean,
yeah.
I guess we try to justify a lot of stuff, but
Mhm.
that's just how I roll,
Yeah.
yeah.
We have so many different cultures, like especially within Christianity, there's so many different Christian cultures, and there's some,
Yeah.
some branches that are very against any sort of holidays,
Mhm.
and other churches are more open to that, and there's
Mhm.
different reasons. I think everyone, if people are doing it with people, what people do, they're doing it to serve the Lord. And so some people, if they want to completely reject our culture and reject those things, they're doing it as their sacrifice to the Lord.
Mhm.
Other
Yeah.
people say we want to be appealing. We want, if visitors come, we don't want to be like super weird. They're doing that for the Lord also. So everyone's doing it to honor the Lord.
So Macheta asked several times now,
Mhm.
why is the word Christ in Christmas? Uh-oh.
But that's what the
Did we
word.
leave Jen? We lost Jen again?
Yeah. So we could
Okay.
answer that.
What was that? Say it. Let's see.
Why is
the word
the word
Christ?
Christ in Christmas?
Right.
That is the origin of the English word. It's Mass. The
Christ.
Mass is the church service. It's literally the Christ Mass,
Right
the
there.
Mass for
Christ
Christ.
Mass.
Oh, that's good.
very
to know.
good, Tate.
Yeah.
Thank
Do
you,
that.
brother.
Tate says that right there.
Yeah.
Got it.
Good
Okay.
to know.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Also,
Yeah, see,
something else-
Hugo says right there, churches do trunk or treat in the parking lot now. I noticed that a lot of them are doing trunk or treat, but
yeah,
and that is a pagan holiday, right? Or
yeah. I mean, it's
Mhm.
all
Follow trunk or treat is basically just trick or treat, just
yeah,
going
they
somewhere.
just didn't want it to sound
around your
trick or
neighborhood.
treat and
Yeah.
maybe be kind of like affiliated with all the ghosts and goblins. So let's
Yeah.
call it trunk or treat, maybe.
Well, I think the trunk or treat is because it's like they'll meet in the church parking lot and everyone just decorates their trunks.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
instead of kids going door, because maybe you don't want your kids going to your neighbor's house. Maybe
No, for safety purposes, which is good now these days. Yeah, yeah, especially because of all the stuff that's going around. That's true. And sometimes my grandkids, when I go with them, they scare everybody, man. They're just they're them scary clowns, man. They just like to be them scary clowns.
Yeah.
Oh no, man! I don't like the holidays because I just feel like more stress than we need, and like life already gives you enough stress. But then when you have kids, it's like 10 times more stress because you're trying to make sure they're covered, and then you got family members that love us and are like, oh, we're generous, so we have to figure out a way to make sure they're covered. And this turns into like, any of these family members I have, including my kids, I'm down to hook them up anytime.
Yeah.
But when I have to feel like I have to, this doesn't feel as good.
No,
It doesn't
right.
feel as rewarding.
Yeah. And you do feel like, oh, if you got me, I got you, or,
Mhm.
whatever. Some people do feel that way. And that's not cool because
No, that's not how it's supposed to be.
that's not how it's supposed to be at all. And
Yeah.
I just, I'm just like, whatever, if they buy me a gift, then they do. And I say, thank you. And I'm grateful for it. But if not going to go out of not out of my way, but it gets expensive. People start giving you and giving. I have a sister that she's single, she works 2 jobs. She's amazing. She has 2 daughters and, they're adults now.
Mhm.
And, she like gets me something every year. And I'm still like, I feel bad because I don't, like when I think of it, I don't give her anything, but that's not even like the thought. It's not, I love her. We go to lunch, we do things during the year and, we're close. So I don't feel, and I guess, that's just the way it is,
Yeah, sometimes like the holidays, Christmas season can be stressful because they push out. You got to buy all these things, and get those expensive things, When take this for example, back in the 70s, you guys probably weren't all even born then, huh?
No, I was born in '76.
Anyways, back in the 70s, there was a part of time where we had a rough Christmas because we had a big family and the economy was real bad. And guess what? Everybody came together. They didn't buy these expensive gifts or anything. My family was very creative. So some knitted things,
Yeah.
some baked things, made big old things with cookies, and we're handing them to the families, you know? So things like that, you know, and that's meaningful right there, to be truthful to you,
Yeah.
you know?
There was 8 of us, and it was hard, you know, for my mom, single mom, and we would just, like tradition, have tamales and be together, and that's what, you know. Yeah, we had a gift or two, but not, you know, not a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I remember stories like from my dad. You know, he grew up very poor, you know, and he had 6 or 7 siblings. And from a young age, I guess I never met my grandfather on that side. He passed away at an early age. But I remember my dad saying, like, they would get like a piece of fruit, maybe like an orange.
Wow.
And they were so excited because it was something sweet, you know.
Right.
You know what, that you brought that up, Jen, is back in the days, they used to sell stockings with nuts and fruits.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember that, but my days, they would have these stockings with fruits, nuts, and everything.
We're
And
netted, right? Netted stockings. Yeah.
yeah, red netted stockings.
Mhm. I do remember seeing
Okay.
those before. Yeah.
I did. My mom we always had an orange in our stocking.
Really?
And she said that was
Oh,
how when she
yeah.
was a kid, it was the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
We had
weird.
we had like a bankroll of food stamps in my stocking.
Hey,
I tell you, a bankroll of food stamps in your
Yeah,
stocking,
you
boy,
ballin'.
I'm going right across the street to the gas station.
there's
Hey,
one of
hook me
the
up with those
Chewy,
burrito.
right? Remember how they used to look too, like the paper. back in
Yeah,
the day?
exactly.
Uh-huh.
Orange,
Yeah.
like a reddish color, burgundy color, and green. I remember. Yeah, it's the 80s.
Times have
I used to
changed.
tell my family members, stop buying me Hot Wheel tracks, please. Stop.
Only so many, right?
You know, stop buying the Hot Wheel tracks, please.
Mhm.
Yeah, my brother would always get that Hot Wheel track. Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember one Christmas I got the Tony the Tiger watch. 'Cause,
Okay.
I think my mom was out of the cereal box.
Burger box? Oh no.
And she was so sweet, man. I said, "Hey, mom, I want this." I gave it to her,
Mhm.
and then man, Santa Claus came through. Man, had a little orange watch, Tony the Tiger. I'm like, dang, it was like it blew my mind. It was probably $1.99, but that blew my mind, right?
Mhm.
Nah,
You guys,
it's
like
amazing.
it's a trip to like today. So today my daughter comes home and she goes, "Mom, look," and her bonus was $400. I was like, "Whoa,
That's
Christmas?
so cool,
Wow, that's a lot." Like we
right?
never saw that, right?
Wow.
So I'm like,
That's
wow.
good. Yeah. God bless her. That's amazing.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very
One of my
cool.
friends said that he gave his bonus to another friend. And I was like, wow, like I gotta get closer to this guy. $500, man. $500 bonus to give it to his
Right.
friend.
Awesome.
That's pretty
Right.
cool. Yeah. Were any of you, I'm just curious, as kids, like when Christmas times came around and you knew there were gifts nearby, if there was, were you ever tempted to peek, or were you one of those kids that didn't want to ruin the surprise?
We never got to peek. Man, we got smacked if we peeked.
Right.
Never got to peek. No, never had the urgency to.
I was a little tape trying to master at getting that tape off a little bit to see and then kind of put it back, you know?
Blow dryer out.
Yeah. Trying to say, hey, kid, put a little piece of tape on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Our girls have been doing that. Someone sent us a package of wrapped presents, and I was like, "We're not going to open these until Christmas." And so they've been they're like
Yeah.
peeling it back. They figured out. They think they know what a couple things are, and one of them every day she's asking me, "What what's something that wouldn't make a whole lot of noise if you shake it, but it's kind of heavy? Like, really trying to figure this out.
Right? They really start to like analyze every package, and sometimes the kids get pretty spot on with figuring it out because mine have guessed a couple things. But I do remember I never wanted to know. I wanted the surprise. Like I looked forward to those, whatever, a few items or something to unwrap. And one year, my brother convinced me, of course, it was his fault, right? I'm blaming him. Let's break into mom's room and go into her closet and meet. And I thought, yeah, okay, let's do it. And I did it. And man, you guys, instant regret. I felt so guilty and I was so disappointed. I felt like I had nothing to look forward to. I was like devastated. I was a little kid, but I felt so bad.
You're all like, dang, I don't want socks again, huh? No.
Right? Underoos and socks again?
Or you still have to act like preparing, how am I going to look surprised when I already know what this is?
Right.
I know. I felt so bad. But he, was the opposite. He wanted to know.
Yeah. I was showing Jen the other day all my stuff I got. And it's funny because I get stuff before Christmas. My husband buys me like whatever's on sale and whatever, he asks me what I want. And I'm just like, okay. And then come Christmas, I'm sitting there going, oh, nothing to open.
And then
I got all this stuff. So I'm grateful. But yeah, it always happens every year that way.
Mm-hmm.
I get stuff before
That should be like all through the year though, man, with your mate, just take care of them all through the year.
Yeah.
He's good at that. Yeah.
Go on, Melvin. Go on with your bad self.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thundercats, Hugo. Yeah. God bless her, your teacher.
Hey, Jen, I have a question for you real quick. Your tree, your cats, do they climb in the tree and do they trash your tree?
So here's the thing. The cats only get to stay inside while they're babies. So they're outside cats. But when I say outside cats, they have, I have a shed in the back of the property. So there's like a little door. They can go inside of the shed. They can sleep in there at night. You know what I mean? So they have shelter, but they don't get to just hang out in the house. If they're ever in the house and you see a picture of them, it's because one of the kids has brought one in and they're sitting right there petting it or, but they don't get to just roam around and jump on my counters. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of cats.
I love cats.
Yeah,
but I love dog food.
I'm allergic to cats, so I'm like, achoo,
Me too.
Right.
Yeah, most great people are allergic to cats. I agree with that.
All right.
My stepfather feels the same way. Yeah. But you know what? It makes sense to have them when you live in the country and they.
Oh yeah, rodents and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say what I got from Mouse Strange. He watches these videos. That's a secret.
Oh,
Tell
okay.
you after. Yeah.
Your husband.
Right. I
I
know.
saw your husband on Halloween, right? That was a Halloween party or something. I forget. Was it on Cress's channel or it was House? House had you over there.
What's that?
When Melvin was on
Halloween?
channel.
Oh yeah, Melvin. Yeah.
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 He had a conscious smile for an hour. Your husband smiled for literally 90 minutes straight.
Hey, I like this Chewbacca mask. Yeah, that he
Yeah,
had.
that's right. Huh?
Yeah, that was cool.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's a classic. Right.
yeah.
I love that.
So we'll see
So,
after. No.
what is, all right, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
What's what?
Your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, mine is
Right, Strange.
33rd Street, 34th Street.
Miracle? Okay.
Miracle on 34th Street. I watch it every year. I sit there and I watch it, and I just love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have to watch it every year, just like my own little tradition.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'd say Better Off Dead.
Although my daughter, she hasn't even seen Home Alone, and I'm like, you never seen Home Alone?
That's crazy.
What do you mean?
But you guys watched it the other day, right?
Yeah, we put it on for her. Yeah, I put it on for her. She sat there and watched it. So that was cool.
Macaulay Culkin just got his Hollywood star, I heard.
Yes.
Oh,
did you see
wow.
that? Finally, right? I know. I
Yeah.
love
And
it.
he's what, probably in his 30s right now?
I think
More than
he's-
40s.
Yeah.
40s?
he's-
Wow.
Which
Yeah,
puppy is
man.
that one, Michelle? The
That was Hope.
Hope. Okay.
Yeah.
How cute.
What's
There's
your other
a-
dog's name?
Faith, our girl's
You
name.
know what?
Aw.
My
And
sister
everyone
has
says they want a third one. So they named them that so that we would get them a third one and we could have faith, hope, and love.
yeah.
Aw.
My sister has had 2 white cats, like pure white,
Mhm.
and they were called Faith and Hope. Man, they
Aw.
lived until they were old, but they were all like walking
Yeah.
real old, man. They were nice cats.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm
They
telling
were
you,
like,
my mom's
like,
chihuahua was
I
probably
could
70.
barely move, that old,
Wow.
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
lasted forever, man.
Your mom
My
has
Christmas movie would be Better Off Dead. John Cusack, 1985.
Ooh.
It's that movie where the guy has to ski the K11 it's a skiing movie where the guy is trying to constantly find ways to kill himself and he can't do it. You guys know what I'm talking about? It was
I
made
never seen
in
it.
California. I think that it ends with the Dodger Stadium at the end of the movie. Come on, Killer knows what I'm talking about. Better
What
Off
is it,
Dead,
guys?
John Cusack,
I mean, I heard the movie. I heard of the movie.
1985.
I never even heard it or seen it.
$2 cash. No. The guy's chasing the paperboy's chasing him with his bicycle. I want my $2. They came out with a comb the
Switchblade.
switchblade comb.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're like, hey man, sorry, I don't have a dime. Didn't ask you for a dime. $2. Look at it. It's a good Christmas movie.
Okay, we got to check that one out.
Yeah, Better Off Dead. Chilla knows what I'm talking about. He's seen everything.
Right.
Right.
That is. I like some of the newer ones too, like the what is it? 4 Christmases. That one with Reese Witherspoon and what's that guy? Vince Vaughn, the big tall guy. So there are a
Yeah.
couple, and I don't know if you guys. I don't want to like blow the whole thing, so I guess I won't explain it all. But the basic breakdown of it is they both come from sadly, but it's pretty typical, a divorced family. So they have to literally go see each parent. You know what I mean? The mom from her mom, his her dad, his dad, and it's like they have to visit 4 separate families, and it shows like the whole dysfunction of that
Family.
whole issue. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
You know, mine,
very familiar.
what mine
to me.
is the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, is the original claymation one.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the only one I really watch of Christmas. I never watched any other one but that one.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That's
Yep.
cute.
They
But that
showed on
reminds
TV.
me too of is that the one that has the abominable snowman? in it?
Yeah, it has the Mr.
Yeah.
Winter or Snow. Yeah,
I
that
love
one.
that one. Okay.
Yeah.
And the Misfits. The
Yeah.
And then it has the German guys in there. What else, man? It's just
Right.
it's a good
Now-
one. I like
yeah.
it.
Strange J says National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown's one.
Oh yeah, Charlie Brown.
That's the ones that I used to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cholo Trucker says completely forgot about Better Off Dead. So he knows what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
You guys
Right.
gotta check it out. I promise
Yeah.
you won't be disappointed. It's hilarious.
I know. We got to check that one out for sure.
You know, I got this little box. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Mhm.
My grandma, so every single year, my grandma would she would come with this big bag, Santa Claus. She was like, she had something for everybody, right?
Mhm.
No matter what, she like, here's for you, there was like 20 of us, and she had 20 gifts. Come
Aw.
with two big old bag, big old trash bags, and
Mm-hmm.
she'd come in the house, and my uncle would be right behind her bringing in the bags. And no matter what, like, so she would get stuff. You see this?
Okay. Is that like a little
It's a little
pin
pin,
or brooch? Yeah.
little pin. And I mean, I was like in high school, and it's not something
That you would wear, huh?
Yeah, that I would wear, but I cherished it. I'm like, dude, this is a trip. Because she was from East LA, my
Mhm.
grandmother. So she would just bring like us, look.
Oh, and you
Yeah.
still have those are actual
Yeah, that's
gifts you
dope.
have?
See, those are
Yeah,
keepsakes
these
right
are a
there.
couple of things
Yeah.
that I saved. You know, I
That's
got this
so
box
cool.
from her with that watch, this box. So I said, you know, I'm gonna just save it. And I was in high school when I got this box.
That's really special.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. One of my best friends back in 1993, 94, he was only like 15. I was like 17. Took him to a death metal concert, like scary 1993,
Mm.
crazy death metal concert. And about 8 years ago, I was at his house. And he said, I want to show you something. Me and my wife were there, and he had a little box, and he had 2 or 3 items in it, and one of them was a ticket stuff from when we were kids, like 30 years ago, to that
Wow.
concert.
Dang.
And I'm telling you, man, I'm not a sentimental guy because everything I lost, you know, in the water damage or moving, so I tend to have like try not to have too much attachment. But there are definitely moments like that, Denise. You guys have something that really takes it back and
Yeah.
makes you feel loved. You know, like reminds you that you're loved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that you showed that and shared that with us because how do you replace that? That's a memory that
Definitely.
not a lot of
Yeah.
us have. That's really special.
Yeah.
I have it in my little cubby, you know, I have it there and it's just yeah, it just brings back years and years of just my grandma, man, coming in the house and walking, you know, her little stub. She was like 5'2", and you know, coming in the house with her hat. She always had her hat on, and she had earrings, and she had perfume on, and she was just it, you know.
Yeah.
You know how my grandma took care of her grandkids? She had a lot of grandkids, right?
Yeah.
She would be knitting them clothes. So every time we went down there for Christmas, she already had them made up and ready for them, you know? And it'd be always the same pattern, you know, be hooking them up with the same pattern, you know, but she would always be crocheting everything, beanies, socks, you know, little shirts for them, you know.
Yeah, that's how my great grandma Ruby, that's who I named Ruby after. My great grandma Ruby would always give us all the great grandkids a beanie and the little booties that she would crochet.
Yeah.
They always had like a little fluff ball right on the top of them.
Yeah, the bunny ball.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I got my mom some booties back in '86.
Nice. I remember this doll I asked for. It was called It's Alive.
Okay.
It's alive.
She would move her mouth when you gave her the
Alive.
bottle. You know, I was
Right.
probably 6 or 7 years old, and I opened that toy, and I was like, "Oh my god!" You know, I got this what I wanted.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that was the coolest thing.
Right.
That sticks out
Was
in
that
my
the one that would pee? It would like wet the diaper afterwards.
Yes. Baby, it's alive. Yeah. And the eyes would move too, I think.
Yeah.
And some of it. Yeah. Right.
Hey, Pastor Tony, did you ever get any GI Joes?
Man, probably it would probably be used. I don't think I ever got anything in a package a lot of the times. I remember wanting a Voltron because I wanted all
Voltron.
5 pieces. I wanted all 5 pieces so I can have the big one.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Back then it was like $80. You're gonna have to settle for this GoBot. Not even a real transformer. I got the GoBot. So like, all right, that'll work.
Some form of bot.
Stranger.
Yeah.
I wish there's gonna be so many of you guys. No, you know, usually what I do, like when I go to somebody's house, you know, I bring flowers, and I'm like, man, do I take flowers to his house? Like, but that's what I normally do. You
That's
know?
a nice gesture. Yeah. Show up with flowers. I love that.
Yeah.
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 That's
So,
I guess I would say it's so I have a blended family, obviously, with my mom's side. My step grandmother's, her tradition was, there was also a small box tradition, but it was like she kept this same box since I guess my stepfather was like 4 years old. So she uses the same one every year. She's passed on now, but my mom's continued the tradition now with the same box.
Oh, nice.
So they pick someone who gets the box, and you have to like, what is that called? Where you go through it, you have to read like the little sticker. Okay, it leaves you some hints on where to go.
Scavenger hunt, like.
Yes, and that's what it is. So
Okay.
now we're all trying to figure out who's going to get the box this year, and it's normally something that's a pretty cool gift. So
Hey, wait a minute, Strange Days. You're going back on your word there, brother. No, I'm just joking.
yeah, so,
Yeah, some good memories, man. Back in the days,
Mhm.
you know, what I had a good memory of my kids. My oldest daughter was gonna be turning 18, right?
mhm.
And we let the kids open some of the presents at midnight, right?
Yeah.
So, and the next day they opened the rest of them. So I had all my grandkids and my daughters, my kids and my stepkids, my stepkids,
Mhm.
you know. And so, anyways, they were all there, and they were just like, "Oh man, it's 11:30." So they'll come in by the room because me and my wife at that time were there, and they'll go, It's almost time. Can we open it just a little?" No, no, no. So they had to wait till exactly 12. So at 12 o'clock, they all rushed the room, right? And they looked, and we go, "Okay, you get open one, right?" And
Mhm.
my daughter's face was like a little kid, like the 2-year-old, 1-year-old. She was going like this with her hands and like making this funny face, man. That was
Wow.
priceless right there, man.
Nice.
I'll never forget that, man.
Yeah.
Because she was like because she was almost a grown 18 years old, and she was just like a little kid. That face, it
That's
never left it
precious.
leave me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See how
And
you
I was
keep that
man,
right there. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Right
That's
on.
cool.
And it didn't cost a penny for that, man.
Exactly. And you will always have that memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Isn't that strange? Not referring to strange days, but some of these gifts, like I said, that $2 Toyota the Tiger watch is what we really remember sometimes. You know,
Mhm.
not the I mean, don't get me wrong, getting $100 for Christmas, man, you ball out of control.
Mhm.
But just those gifts, man, just that extra effort, you know what I mean? Not so much money, but just that extra thought into it.
Yeah.
It really makes a difference. And it's hard to teach that. You have to experience it.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's right. Yes. I remember Ninja Turtles and Luchadors. Yeah.
So,
All of that. Did you guys, any of you have a big wheels? Remember the big wheels that we
Oh
would
yeah.
ride? Yeah.
With the L brake, so you can spin
Mhm.
around.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah, I
remember
remember those.
We got big wheels at church
my
for in the
brother
back.
on those. Yeah.
Big wheels are such an influence on my life. I got them in the backyard for kids for church service, man.
Oh, really?
As a little kid, I never made it out to the playground to get a big wheel. It'll only be like 6 of them, and they always be taken by the chance I got to the playground. So I like spent the whole kindergarten year just kind of wanting to ride one of these dang heavy big wheels. And now I've been traumatized. I got like 4 of them in my backyard. Everyone has one. No one even touches them.
Oh, how funny.
What's
Hey,
your
those
New
big rolls were pretty awesome, man. Though you know, I had one too myself as a kid.
I ride them to the wheels are split.
You right?
That's what would happen.
You just
Yeah.
destroy 'em, right?
Right?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing for New Year's?
That's a good.
House remember on your life.
We don't have anything planned. We just got this Christmas thing, like one weekend at a time, Denise. Dang.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And let's finish with Christmas first, you know.
It comes up fast.
yeah, it does. For New Year's, always for me, it's New Year's Eve is Ella's birthday. So
Oh,
my
okay.
middle daughter's birthday, she'll be 19. So that will be her day.
Right on.
And
You don't look like you have a 19-year-old daughter, man. You look like, man, what is this? Are you from India? What is this? See?
little child, yeah. As a
Sorry,
matter
I
of
always
fact,
say that. The reason why I saw you from India is because Gandhi got married when he was like 8 years old. That's all I'm saying.
oh, how funny. I was like, I don't know if I'm.
I'm like, India. Where does India come into play here?
Gandhi got married. They used to get married like 8, 9 years old back when they're in. And I always say
that's
that no one ever
right.
gets to go. But
Right.
Wow.
I get it now. So earlier, speaking of Ella, I had stopped by her work earlier, right? And my kids always, kind of like a mama bear. A lot of us are, right? When something goes wrong, Like my oldest, she would come home sometimes when she worked at Starbucks and she'd tell me, oh, I had the most awful customer today and she did this and that. And you know, that she would be like, Mom, please don't ever come in my work and say anything because I know how you are. So today it just so happened that I walked into Ella's work and I'm looking all over for her, trying to see what register she's at because I was ready to check out. And I hear this lady raising her voice. And I'm like, I wonder what's going on. And I look and I see she's talking to my daughter.
Oh no.
I felt my face just get hot.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I maneuver through and I get in line and I'm like right behind her and just staring. And my daughter doesn't even realize it's me at first. And she's looking at the lady. My daughter's face is red because she's young, you know, and this lady's like, I want it for this price. That's what it said. You know, somebody picked an item up and set it somewhere. And this lady was trying to pull one over on a young kid.
Yeah.
And I'm just standing there like, Lord, give me patience because if she keeps going. And my daughter turns around. It was the funniest thing. When she realizes it's me in line, she got the biggest smile on her face and looked at the lady like, you messed up. You messed up. But then her manager came right away and took over. So she was like, wow, I'm so glad to see you. I'm like, oh, that's the awful feeling seeing a stranger talk to your kid a certain way. You know what I mean?
Oh, heck yeah.
It gets your blood pumping there, huh?
No.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh man, we had a party today. Our kids are part of this group called the Mozart. It's a theater, and primarily I think it's Christian. I don't want to say it's definitely a Christian organization. But they just get a bunch of kids together and they do theater, and they churches, like they use churches for the. So anyway, so today was the party, the after party for the play, celebrating, and you know, my kids were hosting it, man. I'm like, cool, man. I'm like, yeah, because we're homeschoolers. So we have to really work at socializing our kids in settings. They don't have a daily routine where they have kids around them all day long. So these kind of things are real special, and felt really honored, you know what I mean, for all these kids to come over here to our house. And it just felt pretty just really honored, man, that parents would trust us with their kids and stuff, because like my kids are like, yeah, they're just kids just dropping their kids off and taking off, and parents were sticking around. They're like, call me when you're out of here.
Right. They're saying, yeah, now we got some time here. Drop them off over here. Let's go. We have some more shopping to do. Huh?
I was expecting all the parents to stay because, like, that's we're like, we're
right. That's what I would have done.
It's one thing to leave them at the theater, but to leave it at someone's house, I'm like, oh wow. But
yeah,
that was cool, man.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, to feel that way. That's good.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that you guys are homeschoolers. That's cool. I know that on Cholo Trucker's channel the other day, he was speaking with Paul, and they were talking about homeschooling. So I'm
Paul the educator. Paul the history teacher.
No, Big Paul, Pablo.
LA Times.
LA Times.
Okay.
All right. Good night, Tate. God bless you, brother. See you at church Sunday.
God bless.
Good night.
Yeah, that's something I'll be looking into for my youngest, for middle school, anyways, because middle school is not the
How
same.
did they do that homeschooling? And is it okay to do that with you can't get in trouble for homeschooling, or
used to a long time ago?
You used to.
It's legal, and it's really determined by the state. Every state has different rules and regulations of how you do that. I know that California, I think, is a little bit stricter. Like you go through an umbrella organization. Arizona is like one of the most lenient. You basically just tell the state, we're going to homeschool.
Okay.
And then when you're done, you're like, my kid just graduated.
Oh, wow.
So like the COVID happened, you know, everyone was running for the hills. We're like, we just kind of like did the same thing.
you go tell them, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
homeschool my kids. He's 7 years old. All right. He just graduated from high school. Now he's ready for college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. For high school, they still need their high school transcript, so you
Yeah,
need to keep
yeah.
track of that and grades at high school. High school is when you have to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've been homeschooling since the beginning, but yeah, with COVID, a lot of families started homeschooling after that.
Yeah.
Like what Tony was saying, for so many people, when the COVID hit, it was like a huge disruption, and for us, it's like business as usual.
I remember when we started talking about homeschooling 14 years ago. Family members, people that love God, people that didn't love God, were telling us we were crazy and our kids are going to be weird. And I tell you, man, if you can do it, not everyone can do it. It's like, how are you going to do that and have a job? It's crazy, right? But we've been able to have jobs where we can pull it off. So, you know what I mean? But it's not an easy scenario. It's not, even if it is easy, if you get that type of income to be flexible, it's still hard trying to teach your kids. They're 3 different kids and you got to deal with them 24 hours a day. And some of them have different learning styles. Some of them are smarter than others. Some of them are just different skill sets. So we have to learn that, and we try to adapt. When I was a kid, if I didn't do what I was told, I get a busted slap in the face. We don't do that with our kids. We just kind of like, okay, let's just try to work this out. But
okay. There's the link. I put it right there if you guys want to check it out. Cholo's video he did on homeschooling with Paul.
Okay, with Paul.
Hey, Cholo do an 8-part series on homeschooling. And he always starts off with, not that I ever homeschooled myself, but
Well, right. I watched part of it. I got to go back and watch the rest, and then I talk to you guys about homeschooling. And I think Denise, you and I were going to talk about it as well. So.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. I had my middle daughter homeschooled, but just a little something. My girls would come home. The school that they were assigned to, they would come home and they had like lice all the time, and I'm like spending hundreds of dollars cleaning up because they had long hair, and I didn't want to cut their hair. And
right.
So, we went through the whole like washing stuff and getting rid of this and that and doing it over and over. So finally I'm like, no, this is too much. Like I spend over $800 in a year, and I'm just like, okay, so I went to the board, I went to the board and I told them what was going on, and they told me to pick a school in our district of my choice. So I went online and I looked at all the scores, right? And I found this school up the hill from me, and that's like the rich area. Go up more, really fancy. So I picked the school that had the most up there. So we picked. So we picked that. The girls went, but before that, my middle daughter in this school that they were getting the lice from, she was getting beat up every day. Like every day, she would get punched in the stomach and hit and stuff. And she never told me. And I would always take her to the doctors. Like, there's something wrong with her. Like, what's going on? She didn't want to go to school. And finally, she told me that she was getting beat up by these kids, 3 girls and a boy. And I said, oh no. So I went to the school and I spoke to the principal. Mind you, I was a room mother there. I was there all the time. And so that's where it started. That's where the homeschool started. And, they didn't say anything to the kids that were hitting her. And I wanted the principal to pull them aside and tell their parents, like, this was something big. It wasn't just a day or two. No, it was all year long. It was just, she would barf before school. She just didn't want to go to school. And I was like, there's something up. So I had a lot of paperwork to back her, that up to homeschool her.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And
Hey, Tony, do you guys have military schools over there?
I'm sure we do.
You do?
I know we haven't looked at our kids haven't lost it too much where we're like, we got to find some boarding schools to get these girls lined up, man. But I think Jesse Baca was asking about Arizona states. You could pick your schools where I remember growing in the 90s when I first came to Phoenix, you were prisoner to your zip code. If your zip code or your street 3-mile radius, you had to go to that school. Because believe me, we moved a lot. So the last thing a kid wants to do is change schools. You know, once you take the whole year to establish yourself, just to have to reestablish yourself.
Yeah.
So I remember just moving 1.5 miles away, I had to go to a different high school, you know. So I'm not sure if that's still the way it is, Jesse Baca, but I know that it did depend on your district and in the neighborhood you lived in. I lived in a neighborhood called Maryville. Maryville was also Henry Cejudo, the Olympic champion of Arizona, went to Maryville. He's the UFC champion. Anyway, shout out to Henry Cejudo, UFC champion, Maryville.
Right. There you go. Okay.
Right on.
No, yeah. You know what? That's Denise, you bringing that up. I think you did mention part of that to me back in the day with your daughter. We didn't go deep into it, but shout out to you for standing up for, you know, what was right for her.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah,
I was
definitely.
always there, man. I
Because a
was
lot
always
of
in
parents,
school.
they don't know what to do and they just don't get involved. But that's a
Well,
big
that's
deal.
back then, you know, in the 90s, late 90s, a lot of parents didn't want to get involved. And I was PTA and I was like, man, what's going on? There's nobody wants to. And tell you the truth, I spoke to a lady and she was from Mexico and she was like, no, I don't want. I said, it's nothing bad. Like, but I didn't know her situation looking back.
Right.
You know, I didn't know why she was scared. I didn't know. But I was always, trust me, I was always in their school.
Yeah.
And the principal, when I asked, well, I'll tell you this. When I asked my daughter, did he tell the kids, you know, did they pull him out in it? No, she goes, no, they didn't pull him out. She was like in third grade, third or fourth. Yeah, we'll definitely do
something with that. Yeah, I'd like to talk to you about it deeper. But I would like to ask you guys this this kind of sort of fits into a situation. Right before we got on, I told you guys that something happened with one of my younger daughter that really upset me. Somebody was hateful to her, right? So these two of the people that were, well, I won't go too deep because they were minors, but with that said, you know how the whole mean girl thing starts to kick in right when you start to become a preteen, and sometimes your friend will meet a new friend and then they turn on you and get you to be hateful to someone. It was something like that. Would you guys as parents, would you recommend for me to, I'm just curious what your opinions are, to just talk to my own kid, comfort and console her and let her know these things will happen? Or would you recommend reaching out to that parent and letting them know, hey, you know, I just want to let you know that your kid texted this, that, the other, prank called my phone, said this and that. Is there a lesson to be learned there for the other child? Like, should you let the parent know what's going on?
I would do both. I mean, that's just me. I would, you know, talk to my kid and then talk to the parent as well.
Yeah.
But I would.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but sometimes you have to be careful because you could open a whole can of worms that, you know, that might turn into a more worse situation, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like how you approach it too. If you go and you approach the mom and say, you know, hey, you know, is it cool if we talk about this? And if she's all whatever, you know, then I would just walk away.
Yeah.
Like I would want to know.
Yeah.
If my kid was doing something like that, I would want to know.
Yeah.
I'd be grateful if another parent told me, but I'm sure not every parent is. If you don't even know the mom,
you're right.
you want to get to know a little bit first.
I've had luck trying to communicate with parents when there's a problem. It always seems to be just offensive, man. Like like everyone thinks their kids are innocent. Look at.
There you go, right there.
Don't dare me, because guess who just filled up their gas tank today? This girl. And I know where they live.
Man.
No, for real though, I will I will reach out to the mother. I know
And
her.
that's true, though. That's true
No.
too. What you said, Pastor Tony.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like if I didn't know, I mean, we have been in several situations, parties, joyous situations together in the past. So that's why, of course, I'm going to talk to my own child. I already have, and I'm going to continue to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to let the mom know, because I don't feel like, not that I'm saying, oh, her daughter would have never done this had it not been for this new friend. But I don't feel like it really is typical of her to have done something like that. And if my daughter acted that way, like you said, Michelle, I would want to know so I could correct the behavior.
yeah.
Mhm.
I seen something like this happen years ago when I was younger,
Mhm,
and the parent approached their mother just like that, and
mhm.
it led into a big old brawl.
It happened. My
And,
mom
yeah,
My
and I
mom got
just
down at the school before, and I will never forget it. She squabbled in the
yeah.
parking lot, and I was like,
And then after
really?
that, they jumped that one girl for her opening her mouth and saying stuff. So they
Yeah.
went, and it was like a double whammy, Yeah.
Mm,
So
yeah.
but you know what? It's a good thing to talk to me. But you know what? You never know what to expect from the other person.
Mhm.
They could be nice and everything and be listening, even if you approach them nice. But then sometimes you just got those people that my kid never does this or this and
Yeah.
that, and then
Yeah.
they'll come off to you harsh.
Right.
That's
I
so
was-
curious.
Yeah.
What do you tell people that tell you, oh, that tree, or oh, Christmas, or like, what do you?
Yeah,
what do you tell them?
sucks. I tell you what I tell them. Knock it off. Yeah. No, I'm trying to tell my wife, like, you gotta call sister so and so or brother so and just talk to them, like talk them down from the cliff of churchy religious stuff. Like, I look at, here's the thing. All right, you guys know the story of Hanukkah, right? People celebrate Hanukkah, right? The Jewish people. It's like a story about like the oil not going out. It's an unbiblical story, and it's not had nothing to do with Jesus. It has to do with people who still are waiting for Jesus. The Messiah hasn't came yet. So
Right.
there are a lot of folks that I know that are Christians. They go hang out with these Jewish people to celebrate with them, knowing that they don't believe in Jesus because they don't believe it's come yet. So I'm like, how is that cool to go hang out with these folks that got nothing to do with Jesus? They're denying Jesus, but you don't want to hang out with a Christmas tree because it has some roots and some history. Like
Mhm.
how about we celebrate the creator of the universe and let everything else like fall at the feet, So it does get under my skin. Like, people pick and choose
Yeah.
stuff, and the reality is that's why the church in America and the planet is so jacked up, and
Yeah.
why we're so useless a lot of the times, because we don't know how to see past our asses.
Mhm. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
The reality is, a Christian is someone who believes in the creator of the universe named Jesus Christ. They trusted in him because he's good, not because we're good. The Holy
Yeah.
Spirit is the one that revealed that to us, and he
Mhm.
tells us to love him and love our neighbor, period. And
Yeah.
we
So
had
you're,
all these rules.
yeah, you're
Weird.
speaking out. Yeah, as a Christian, if you cut to the chase, that's that. Yeah. On that.
Read the Bible. Listen to your
Right?
Bible house. Quit playing around.
That's right. Lena Loke says, "Amen." That's right.
Hello, Lena.
Yeah. Hi, Lena. We can only strive to be like Jesus. We're not going to be him ever, and we have
Right.
our
You're not. Nobody's perfect.
yeah.
Nobody.
We have
No one.
we live in the flesh sometimes, and
Yeah.
it's always good to correct yourself and to the thing I do is like I just remember to correct myself,
Mhm.
and it's always worked, and and your life goes on, and you like, how do I say it, you just live, you just live that way now, you're not
Mhm.
I'm not a hateful person, and I'm a giver, and
Yeah.
it's good to just know what's right.
Mhm.
Know that when it's time to come, that you'll be entering heaven.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
Yeah.
right.
yep. And we can't get to heaven by good deeds alone.
Yeah.
Right.
Nope. You could do all those
After
things. And this and that.
The
Mhm.
good deeds are after effect of a changed heart, a changed mind. Your eyes are open to God's goodness, and now you want to be good.
Yeah.
You know, do you become perfect overnight? No, you don't never become perfect.
No.
Jesus was the perfect one. Now,
Yeah,
do we
he's the
strive
only
to be
one.
perfect?
Yeah.
Totally, man. Go for it. God got nothing but good advice. Nothing but good advice.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. You remember
I
how
agree.
last week I was had mentioned, I think, I don't know if we were live yet, House and Denise, you probably remember, I had mentioned that I was glad that I was finally able to connect with two people to drop off food to.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I remember that.
Well, I was thinking, okay, Lord, I was praying about it, like use me, like let me be able to reach more people, because there's
Mhm.
food that's coming in through this connection every week, and it's like just sitting there. And most of it's non-perishable, but still I want to help get it to people who can use it, because it's helped me as well, and I know there's people out there that need it. And just today, another person contacted me, and I was like, thank you, God, this is somebody that I knew from like years ago. We worked together,
Right.
and she just happened to have seen a post I made, and I was like, thank
Mhm.
you for allowing her to
Right.
see that, and I'll be able to connect with her this week. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. I feel like it's just a good feeling to be able to give, and it's a good feeling to receive when you need it too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
When we go out on Fridays to go feed the homeless and stuff, we don't just do it just to feed them. We sit there, we pray for them, we talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And you have some. We ran into one, Tony. I don't know if at a pastor. I don't know if I remember telling you this. As soon as we gave him the meal, he was like, "Oh yeah, thank you," And then we said, "God bless you." He goes, "You're gonna rot in hell," and he threw the food.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Híjole." But you know what? But our intentions are not to do this to say, "Hey, look at us," or this. No, we get out there. We're trying to reach people,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and let them know, because they're going through some hard times,
Yep.
we pray.
Yep.
We were there praying for him and everything, and that's the main thing. That's the key thing there. It's not gonna. It doesn't cost no money or nothing. Somebody that needs a prayer, that this wants to sit there and talk to you, you be there for them.
yeah.
Sometimes we forget the whole idea. All of us, the four of us, and a lot of your audience, we forget that it's a spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
And we think that we're just so, like, we got it all figured out, man. No, man, we're in a war. The people in Israel, they're not walking down the street and every time they hear a firecracker, they're falling to the ground, because they're in a war. And the United States, and any country where we live the freedoms we have, I'm grateful for. But we're in a spiritual warfare, and that person that said you're going to hell and throws out food, that's just a little glimpse. Sometimes the enemy will stick his little head out and make it real obvious that you're not dealing with just the need. There's a spirit of flesh and blood. There's a spiritual warfare that's constantly trying to mess with us from the morning we wake up till in the middle of the night. Our kids, our people we love, the enemy is causing havoc, man. It's a spiritual warfare.
Yep.
These people at the park try to attack our kids. My wife's out there trying to get people to come and get some food, and this guy went all crazy on them, and it freaked my kids out that they don't want to go back to the park. That's how the enemy works. They try to mess with us. Like, we want to keep them safe, but that's how the enemy discourages our kids from being generous.
Yeah.
One demoniac person will discourage a bunch of other people who just needed some food. So that's because spiritual battle, 100%. I'm glad that happened to you, House, because that's the real battle, brother. That's why we put our spiritual armor on, because we will get our butts kicked trying to do that in our own strength.
Yeah. One person can ruin it for you for the whole day.
Yeah.
But you recognize, you recognize it quick, and you just
Mhm.
give God the glory and keep going.
That's it. All glory is His. That's it. Period. Whether it be good or whether it be bad things, all
Yeah.
glory is His.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
Let's see. We're going to be winding down here. You guys have anything you want to share going into this next week? Michelle, Pastor Tony, like you have a service happening on. Do you have
Yeah,
service?
Tune in 11 o'clock. Yeah, man.
That's right.
We used to
Santa's
have-
going to be there, right?
We used to go crazy and do like the Jerry Lewis telethon and have it on for 24 hours. Party hard. I was like, you know what? I think we're gonna have a morning service, and so we're gonna be giving away some stuff for our morning service, and we're gonna have Santa Claus. Thanks to the Chronicles, Cricket and Jovan are sponsoring that, and then
Hey, shout out to Chronicles, man, because I seen his channel, man. The things they do for the people, man.
Yeah,
Much love and respect to them, man.
I appreciate that. Appreciate
Yeah.
the house. They have been a huge blessing. Like I said, like you guys are a blessing to us, and Cholo Trucker and House Arrest Church from back in the day. They've all been a blessing to us and give
And
us.
you guys as well, what you're doing and you're continuing, you know?
You know what I like about this? Because you see somebody's heart change for the
Yeah.
better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I watch his channel, and that's a good thing, man. Once you see that God takes a hold of your heart, and we're not perfect, but the more He takes a hold of your heart, the more you change, and the more your desires of your heart change.
Yeah.
So, and it's a blessing. Yeah.
Right.
No, man, it's been a great blessing. But just wanted to say one last thing, and that is, all you guys on Convicted Hearts. Did you find it weird, Jen, that we both have heart in our channel names? There might be a real connection there. I mean, I'm thinking Denise House, maybe House of Hearts, brother, House of Tattoos. Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Denise.
Hey, well, some tattoos hurt the heart when they're like,
There you go. There you go. See? Yeah. We're all
Cholo
a
Heart,
part of God's heart. That's right.
Cholo Heart Trucker.
Cholo Heart Trucker.
I don't know how you feel about that, right?
You got so many channels.
Hey, I just want to wish you guys happy holidays, man. Happy holidays, peace, love, and joy, man. Nothing but joy and good days, man. And next year to be prosperous even more, like your church to grow more, and to get more people in there worshiping, giving thanks to God and following God,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
and Jen's channel to everybody,
Yeah, the Lord's doing something in Heart Life, no doubt about it. No
That's
doubt
right.
about it.
That's great. That's great. Pastor. That's great, man.
A reminder to everyone with all the Christmas stuff going on, I'm the type of person who gets stressed out over everything, and Tony's always, just relaxed. So I think that's the biggest advice I'd give to anyone right now is don't worry. It's better to just relax and enjoy your family, enjoy whatever you're doing than worrying about everything being perfect.
Yeah.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for
Absolutely
sharing that.
right.
Well, I needed that actually. I'm like, that was a word for me because
That was
waited
good.
till the last. I will not be. Tomorrow will be the first day that I go shopping. So I'm like down
boy.
to the wire. But I literally I didn't have any other choice. Like tomorrow is when I'm able to do it. So wish me luck.
Hey,
and
drink a couple of coffees there, Jen, and say, okay, I'm out.
I don't know. If that's a good idea either. Yeah, I'll get it done, and I'll do it with a smile on my face, and I'll be kind no matter what I run into. Yeah, that's right.
2024, it's going to kick ass, Cholo, 100%.
Right. Spread the love.
Right.
I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, and like Pastor's wife said, sorry I forgot your name,
Michelle.
I just want to say, what Michelle said. Just remember to to put the love into your family and forget about all the craziness around you, because there's always craziness, but just to have a very Merry Christmas. Go Cowboys.
Right?
Yeah.
She had to throw those Cowboys in there.
Hey,
Huh?
the Dolphins on Sunday.
She's
We
repping.
lost.
Yeah.
Hey, so is anybody eating tamales this Christmas? Is anybody grabbing some,
I hope
buying?
so.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. I haven't had tamales in a minute because
all
I
I
haven't
wanna
found. There was one lady around here that made the best tamales. That was because I only like the ones with beef and olives, the red ones,
Yeah.
and that's the only kind I really eat.
Okay.
And she's the only one, and she hasn't been making them. So I'm like,
Oh,
I got to find a place that makes them.
yeah.
You know.
Well, fortunately, my girls, Nana and Tata, still love me, so I'm still invited to go help make tamales over there. So,
All
I mean, I could do
right.
it on my own, but it was just me by myself. It'd be me and Ruby.
Yeah,
It
sounds
would be
fun.
like and over there, my girls, they have 6 tias, their Nana and Tata, so, and
Yeah.
like
Oh,
40
yeah.
something cousins. So,
Oh my
I'll
gosh,
be done a lot faster. Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds like a blast.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. It's pretty. It's a blast, and it's pretty interesting. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But thank you to everyone in the chat. Much, all
Yeah.
of you
Thank
guys.
you, man. Az,
Merry Christmas. Much
gracias,
love
brother,
to
for
you.
being here.
We love you.
I like
Everyone.
pork. I like pork tamales with olives in it.
Yeah.
I like
just-
jalapeno and cheese,
Yeah. Oh yeah, those are good too.
the green ones.
We
Hey,
do
Cholo
pork with the
Trucker says
olive
pozole
and
tamales, the
green
whole shebang for
Yeah.
me. Oh, pozole, yeah,
Yeah,
That's a lot of corn.
right.
Boy, you're gonna be like for about a day.
You know what I get is I take either pozole or menudo, right? And I get up.
Amazing.
What do they call those? Birotes? What are they? Those breads?
Yes.
I hollow the inner
Pollo.
inside
Yes.
out. Bolillos, huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Bolillos, and I haul the
Bolillos,
inside
bread.
out, and I make it a little ball and pour it in there, and I grub
Yeah.
on it. Man,
Yeah.
that's bomb, man. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Make sure it's hot.
Yeah, it's bomb.
Right.
No.
Let's
Easy
give some
Diablo.
shout
God
out
bless you
to
all.
comment. Yeah. Much love.
Merry
Easy Diablo,
Christmas.
Hello Trucker, Jesse Baca, Mod Entertainment, Lena Lokes.
Yes. Lena
Thank
Lokes, Cholo Trucker,
Yeah.
everybody, Strange
Easy.
Days,
Everybody.
Freeman.
Jesse Baca,
Gas
The
Mask.
City 18, Hugo, Gas Mask was in here también. Yep.
Hey, you guys are an hour earlier than me, by the way. I was over here ready at 6:30 Phoenix time.
I know. I was like, wait a minute. It made me
Sinaloa.
take a double take at the time. Like, what? Am I late? Am I that late? Jojo,
Hey, Jen, you're always late.
I'm always late. I had a tragedy right before. I'm telling you, look at the devil tried me right before we went live. And I had to be like, nope, I'm not gonna engage and get in an argument with these people. I'm gonna calm down. So I got to sit with all of you lovely people. Now my
That's
head
right,
is
'cause-
right, and I can go have a grown conversation about this.
That's right, man. Because the enemy would try to go, I'm going to take
Okay, I
Jen's
was
joy
there.
away
My
right
hands
now.
were shaking already. I was there. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna.
We're praying for your grandbaby. How's
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
let us know.
Like I was telling Jen, I had a dream already when she was like 3 years old already with my daughter in there and how I had that. And I said, man, she was a beautiful little girl, man. But this is my last girl right here. But we're going to have one more coming, not soon, but my daughter wants 5 and she's
Okay.
determined. My other daughter, I want 5.
Wow.
4 is good enough. 4.
It's meant to be.
But yeah, man, I can't wait. I thought today was gonna be the day, man. But I'm excited, man. I always love my grandkids are special, man. They're very special, man. Your kids grow up, then they go do their thing, and then so you got your grandkids right there, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Praise God for
Yeah.
that. I know. I love those grandbabies. So you guys, I am gonna try to find the link real quick. And you guys can go, if you're still watching YouTube, go tap into Gilu's new show, Changing the Game. I think they're live right now. And hopefully we will see you guys live before the new year. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm a little bit
Hi, Denise. It was good seeing you again.
Same here. Same here. You guys
Merry
take
Christmas.
care.
You too, Pastor and Michelle. Yes,
Christmas.
I haven't seen you guys in a minute.
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there's the link, guys. If you guys want to go check it out. highly recommend. Until next time, much love. Merry Christmas. Thank you to everyone on
Merry
the
Christmas to everybody.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
God bless.
God bless you guys.
God bless.
God bless everyone.